It's my brother. Benjamin, what's up?
Listen to me very carefully. It's gonna turn off, and it will never turn back on.
What's gonna turn off?
Everything.
Ben?
Miles.
Every kind of story has to have an idea, but with Revolution, it seems to be a mix of action, sci-fi, but also seems to be kind of a human drama, but also a family drama. Is kind of an idea ever really enough for kind of an actor, or do you think it always has to be something more? It starts with an idea, but you have to work out from that.
Well, all those things that you just mentioned are basically the canvas for us actors. And on this show, we talk about this a lot, we were blessed with a great, not only a great concept, but the guy who came up with that concept put together a great team of writers. So really the blessing for us is what comes out on the page for us. That's the stuff that we get to play with.
But at a glance, I know I read that you said it's kind of, there's kind of that balance between an outward journey and a kind of inward journey. But for me, every character seems to be on that outward journey, but when you look, it's actually an inward journey. Like, what are your feelings towards that?
Isn't it always? I mean, that's really what it always is. The biggest epics are always metaphors for the inner journey.
What's interesting now is Charlie, with Miles and Charlie relationship, you're kind of responsible kind of for his kind of a story of redemption.
Yes.
But at the same time, by being that catalyst, you yourself change and start to take on the characteristics which Miles might prefer you not to.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. It's kind of also kind of considering the relationship with Charlie's mother and the relationship you have with her as well. It seems to be a really kind of complex and twisted kind of family drama as well. It's very complex. It's like a tangled web. It's part of it all.
Yeah, and that's what kind of, I mean, that's what makes it fun and interesting. And you know, with our two characters, just I've had a really great time watching them grow and kind of switch in certain aspects. And like you were saying earlier, it's kind of we've adopted each other's characteristics in so many ways. And Charlie's, you know, especially in the back half of the season, she's really battling with her you know, inner demons, and is she able to still maintain that her moral grounds and still be that good person and see the good in everybody, or is she really just going to dip into that dark side, which he dipped into for such a long period of time, and is she going to go that way, or is she going to be able to still stay this strong, morally good person?
So much of the show is the idea of kind of status versus connections to people. Like, your characters seem more bothered, like the Sebastian character is so kind of preoccupied with power and kind of, you know, domination, whereas your characters are much more kind of concerned with the connections. Even if the power doesn't come back on, the important thing is kind of, you know, connections with one another. Is that a fair assessment of the show? Is that what it's really about? It's that kind of divide down the middle, and that's how the two characters are kind of parted.
Yeah, one of the big overall questions that the show asks is, maybe are we better off without the power on? And what is this quest that we're on really about? And what happens if we get what we think we want?
God knows what they're doing to Danny right now, so you are gonna help me get him back.
Why is that?
Because we're family.
Do you think you'd be better off if the power never comes on?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think Charlie's quest isn't about the power. Charlie's quest is she's lived in a world without electricity, so it doesn't matter to her if it comes on or not. It's more about family. It's about keeping fighting for each other, and about love and community and all that. So it's really the electricity has nothing to do with her. So I guess her answer would be, you know, yeah, why would she want the power back on?
It's kind of a generational thing. There's kind of the older generation who remember the days where there was power, who were kind of striving for it, and then there's kind of a young generation who could probably adapt and actually. Yeah,
and in Miles's case, he's actually, and probably would have continued to do quite well without the power on.
He's an adaptable character, though, Miles.
Yeah.
What can kind of UK audiences expect? Because obviously we're only in episode 11. what can we expect kind of moving forward and beyond the end of like season 1?
Well, beyond season 1, we haven't seen anything yet. So we go to work, and in 3 weeks, we really have no idea what's coming up. But in the back half, you'll see more. You know, we go into other territories. You know, usually we only see the Monroe militia in the first half. We're going to go into the Georgia Republic and you know, explore some of the other territories. We get into more of the revolution aspect of the show.
You'll start to see more of why the show is called Revolution. Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, there's. I don't know what else.
And then one of the questions that you were asking before may or may not get answered.
So not every question will get an answer.
Those that do will spin into something greater.
So it's a kind of idea of a resolution. It's one of these shows which it is going to be a tangled web. Whatever resolution we find will just lead into more conflict.
Most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's funny. That's kind of lost it. That as well.
That's how legends are created. Yes.
You know, and it's kind of fun to kind of have that kind of experience where it's not kind of all neatly wrapped up, and kind of things do spiral out.
Oh yeah, that would be boring. Who would want to watch that?
Yeah. Yeah.
What experience would you take away from this show?
Oh man, I'm having a blast.
Yeah, and in terms of jobs that you can possibly have in this business, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. I've been doing it for a while now, and there are gigs that you sort of muddle through, and there are gigs that you do your best at, and there are gigs that just, like this one, that just present a new thing every day, and you're just having a ball doing it.
Yeah, we're pretty well all around the board. All of us can't wait to get back to work.
And we can look forward to kind of many more seasons coming.
Yeah, we hope so.
Keep them coming.
1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. We want plenty.
Yeah.
You know, plenty of revolution.
Yeah.
As long as there's still a story to tell, yes.
Monroe thinks your dad knew something. Annie thinks your dad told me. Why the lights went out.
What?